Kincaid had thrown the pitch to the batter, and his momentum took him this direction. The batter swung, and the line drive hit Kincaid in the head. A burglary investigation in St. Albans leads to the discovery of a meth lab and the arrest of a husband and wife. Good morning again, Jack, and I think all the crowds are coming in spurts because it was really crowded several hours ago. It died down. Now I think it's starting to pick back up, as you can see from the cash register area behind me. Well, if you're married, you hopefully remember your wedding day. I know I remember mine. And for an area couple, their wedding day will be one they won't soon forget. The department believes the move will help them reduce cost, improve response times, and possibly add some paid firefighters to the staff. Police are investigating a shooting in Institute this evening. That shooting happened shortly before 6:30 this evening in the area of Marshall Avenue. Dispatchers say one person was reportedly shot in the hand. According to deputies, the suspects were driving a silver Dodge Magnum with chrome wheels. Police are investigating that incident. Smithers Police and West Virginia State Police are investigating how a woman was struck by a jet ski on the Kanawha River. The accident happened east of the Montgomery Bridge just after 4 this afternoon. Lieutenant James Bowles of the Smithers Fire Department said the victim had fallen off a jet ski just before being struck by another jet ski. Authorities have not released the name of the victim. A motorcycle accident in Lincoln County sends one person to the hospital. That accident happened on Patty's Ranch Road near Ranger around 8 o'clock this evening. Dispatchers say the motorcycle went into a ditch, flipped, and the driver suffered a broken arm and back injuries. He was transported to Cabell Huntington Hospital by Lincoln County EMS. Early this morning, a house fire was reported in the Silverton area of Jackson County. According to 911 dispatchers, no injuries were reported at that fire. The cause of the blaze is not yet known. A burglary investigation in St. Albans leads to the discovery of a meth lab and the arrest of a husband and wife. Authorities arrested Christopher Hill and his wife Laura in connection with the meth lab discovery. Investigators say they went to the couple's residence on Zirkle Street to follow up on leads from a burglary investigation. While there, they smelled meth and found the makings of a meth lab. More charges may be forthcoming against other individuals in this case. One of 3 men who escaped from the Huntington Work Release Center last week was captured last night. Cabell County Sheriff Tom McComas says 25-year-old David Pop was apprehended in the Bluefield area by a task force in southern West Virginia. Pop will be charged with escape and transferred back to Huntington. Another escapee, David Knight, was captured on Wednesday. A third escapee, DeJuan Jones, is still on the run tonight.
I understand we have some new information just into the 13 newsroom.
That's right, April. A few minutes ago, I talked with a spokesperson with the state fire marshal's office. They have ruled this fire as an arson. Investigators on the scene, one by one, ruled out any possible accidental causes. Therefore, they say now that this fire was intentionally set. Now, the other aspect of this fire is those oxygen tanks that were inside this trailer. Investigators believe they have rounded up all of these oxygen tanks that went throughout the neighborhood. One of those tanks went 300 feet into a neighbor's yard.
It was a cannon, dude. It was loud, sparks flew and everything.
Brian Moore lives across the street from the fire. He had just returned home when he heard the explosion. A flying oxygen tank from the burning trailer made a dent in Brian's front yard and rolled down the hill.
It was pretty scary, especially when you look around and see an oxygen tank bottle fly from over there to right there behind you.
Several calls went into dispatch and said that they heard lots of explosions from up here. The cause of that apparently was several oxygen tanks.
Frank Gabrich and his wife made it safely out of the burning structure. He says he was asleep when his wife woke him up because their couch had caught fire.
And we started getting water out of the sink and pots and throwing it put on them, and they just kept on going.
At that point, the couple had to get out of their home.
Oxygen is an accelerant. Unless it gets to a spark, it's not going to do nothing. If it's in a fire, I mean, it'll blow up. But other than that, and there's no open flames at all in that house. So I don't know how, I have no idea how it would have started.
Now the Gabriches will start the task of rebuilding their lives.
I'm just glad you guys made it out alive all right. Because it went up just like in a matter of minutes.
Investigators have determined that the fire started in the living room. Again, it's now an arson investigation. And if you have any information that would help the state fire marshal investigators determine, more information on this blaze, you're asked to call this number toll free. It's 1-800-233-3473. We will put that number on our website, WOWKTV.com. Let's talk to one of these shoppers that are here looking for a bargain. This is Amy Howard. I met Amy about a half an hour ago. She drove here from Belfry, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Why?
For the savings. I have 3 small children, and it's, when you can rack up and save some money, it's worth the drive.
Well, let's see how you did. Let's briefly go through. What kind of bargains did you find?
I got the backyard grill for my little boy who's 2, and I got it for like half price. I saved like $30 on the claw over here. So, it's normally $80, and I'm getting it for $50 this morning. $17, I think, on the dart tag, and that's for my nephews. They're going to love it. So, the savings really add up on Black Friday.
So it was worth this. So what was it, like a 2-hour drive up here?
About an hour and a half. The roads aren't too bad, but yeah, it's definitely worth the trip. Yeah.
And worth getting up this early.
Yes. Yeah, I've been up since 2.
All righty. Any more shopping?
Yeah, I'll be out all day, I'm sure.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Amy, for joining us. And the crowds, like we said, are still coming in, checking out, trying to find those bargains. And we'll talk to some more shoppers coming up a little bit later. In the meantime, Jack, back to you. Anything you want me to look for you out here?
Let me think about that. There probably is. Thanks, Gil.
More than 16 hours after the fire started, Faith Outreach Ministries in Buffalo continues to burn as Pastor Denver Casto looks on in disbelief.
And it hurts. It hurts.
How so?
Well, knowing that it's so much needed, there's so many hungry people.
Besides the food pantry, the ministry was also home to a thrift store. Burned clothes are now part of the ruins.
It honestly makes me sick to my stomach because, like I said, this was a wonderful little church.
A lot of hard work went into it. Helped a lot of people.
The church and thrift store have been here in Buffalo for about 3 years. During that time, they have helped literally thousands, not only here in Putnam County, but in surrounding counties as well.
They help me with food, clothing when my kids come down to stay with me.
And they tried to help anyone that needed help. I've sent them people here a lot of times for help.
Firefighters say the blaze appears to have started in the back part of the building. As Pastor Casto contemplates the future of the ministry, he says one thing is certain: he plans to rebuild somewhere to continue helping people.
It's been a job, but it's been a blessing.
Live and local in Putnam County, Gil McClanahan, 13 News.